Mm. Okay, so hello guys, what's up? Hope you all have great week or weekend. Yeah, week I think. Yeah. So we're gonna continue the final part of the game today, and let's make it.
Let's do it.
Yes. Right on. So let's see. We were stuck here, and we're trying to find out, what to do. So we explored few things, and we couldn't find, what the house rule strength. So let's see. We're gonna continue from the same place, and hope we can make it. Yeah, guys, please subscribe to this channel. Like, we can upload more games because it's really hard, playing it and uploading. And so we also have limited connections, internet in the place where we live. So it's quite hard, So I really appreciate you if you guys support and subscribe, and also refer this channel to your friends. Yeah, thank you. All right. Okay, so what is it? Constitution 4. I don't think we can do anything here, so we need to go upstairs, I think, right? We can't go on the hall, so it should be somewhere here. John Gregory. So I think maybe find out. Maybe. So what we can do? Yeah. So okay, I sound very noob now. I'm just trying to find out, like what we can do from here. Okay, what's this? You can climb on this. Oh wow!
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
Finally.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Okay, finally. Wow. So that's the way. Right, like I'm gonna see. Okay, first. Or.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, so let's do this.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
1986, okay. Something written here. Dawn? Okay, Dawn.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go.
We finished our mom's story, right?
I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
What's next?
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Great job, awesome. Listen, nothing, respect, okay. What we have here, some books as usual. This place is like really filled with books, you know.
But it didn't last.
Of course. The Apple laptop? What is that? Okay, it doesn't have any logo. Right. What copyright? Scientific method, observation. Okay, that's what we studied back in days in biology.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Right, so I can go upstairs. Maybe I think I should follow this, right, first. Okay, let's see what's there. Can I see that? Milton.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Okay, so that's it. Yeah. We can't go from there. Right, get in. Open. Right. Let's do it. Rest in peace, Milton. Rest in peace. So, sorry guys, I have a sore throat. Okay, so we can go upstairs as we heard. But let's read this thing.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Oh no, I think we had more. Come on. And stuff, I don't know. Nice. Beautiful story. Hope we don't get creepy. Nicely done, actually. Different stories, different setup. Good job. Okay, so that's it. Milton. We are done.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
So we have Dawn, Lewis, Sanjay. It's just a side quest. Okay, so we're done. Maybe we need to go upstairs. Are we?
Mom spent
Ah,
months
okay,
searching for my brother.
That's it.
Then she sealed the doors.
You came here, right?
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Go with that. Yeah, upstairs.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
I think it's story about Lewis.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room, except Lewis.
Okay, it's like a disco zone, you know? Okay. What do we have here? A dead thing. All right. So, pull it. Get it. Okay. So let me go in. All right, you got a hookah.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Oh, the shisha guy. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I didn't ask you to go back. Get in. So let's explore here. Nice. How did he have microwave back in days? A PlayStation 1?
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
He just finished high school diploma.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Okay. He's cutting fish.
He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it.
Two brain working at the same time. Nice job. I'm the developer.
He said he started small. Imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
My brain's gonna work.
Things that have not names.
Okay, enough cutting fish. It's getting boring. More something fun. Fish is
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then, daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on.
Go on and what? Fall into this pit?
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Dog. Just in case. Okay, so let's go for it.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia.
Not yet. Now, what should I do? Need to bring this down. Fine. Let's see. The puzzle. Not here. Not here. What's that?
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
What's that?
Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band.
Going? Welcome. You guys have any pizza or something?
And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery.
Don't make me celebrate you.
But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
Oh, he became famous.
Then one day it struck him
Thank you. You want my autograph?
that all the cheering crowds,
Oh,
even the stones under his feet,
I'm becoming Kanye West. That's my little Kardashian.
were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished.
Thank you for the red carpet.
he held an election for mayor. And he won.
You want? Like the Mario, you know? Like the Mario Brothers. What should I do? Because he's done.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering.
Because he's done. Go, get out.
It became a game for him.
Became a game for him, so I hope you're not gonna give more. You need to go, right? You wanna go?
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville.
No, you need to get that. Okay, he's continuing. Yeah, keep that. What do you need?
St. Louis.
Okay, 2 cities. Good job, bro. You became the
He started drifting away from our reality.
Louis the Great. More fish.
Minneapolis.
First fish.
Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Minneapolis. Instead of Minneapolis.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
It's raining. It's raining. Dead. What did it do?
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
Okay, let's choose the prince. Wait.
handsome queen.
I did it right.
The queen was on her own quest for
So we have choice. Radiant rainbow. I don't think we should trust the radiant rainbow. Pick up the bad. Is the bad? Wait. No. Don't trust me.
radiant rainbows.
Can't go back. What is the right thing? Whatever. This is right thing. Yeah, good.
He followed the sound of her silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Hope I trust you, Queen. I trust you.
He knew the world
Don't
was all
backstep.
in his imagination.
You give me all the rainbows and colors.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Hope it's true, right? It doesn't backstep.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me.
Okay, so I'm the king. Right? Okay.
It was hard to argue with him.
Okay. Listen.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting me. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Wow, I knew that. She was a betrayer. Maybe a bad choice.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Okay, so who we have? John and Edith. So next, that's it. What? isn't it? That's the door, right? Maybe you can open. Okay, that's all for here. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Okay.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Lassen said,
Specific. I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
But Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom said the library, or that...
And last time I ever saw the old house aground, there'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Lost my way. So what's next? Something.
I got turned around. I started seeing things.
Edith, what are you doing in here?
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
Okay, it is a grandma.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. Make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive.
Oh, she's the last one. Finch family. That's sad.
Until I found out about you.
Who's that?
I'm still not sure what to
Yes?
tell you about all this.
Good story.
If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things.
I mean, are we
But as it
ending
is,
again?
I
Is
think
it
the
all?
best we can do in brief all of this is
Okay, should I go?
this journal was supposed to be for you.
Like a black hole.
But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now,
Programmer. So the game is done? Maybe it's gonna do part 2. Maybe. Different thoughts. And she's the last person remain in her family. That's it.
Yeah.
It's the journey of her family.
What happened?
Yeah, it's nice, but they should have something more, for her. What she'll do right after. Maybe they're going to part 2. Don't know what happened to Sanjay.
This one's okay, right?
Wow, so many people. Enjoy, thank you. Wow, it's some of them are true story, Wow, it's a true story. Maybe they were I don't know, such a weird family, right? So, but respect.
So who's Edith?
Well, all right, guys. So that's the end of the story.
Yeah.
And hope you guys enjoyed our gameplay. And we'll upload more, right?